welcome. This is episode 6, recollecting. Episode 6 of Noah's News. Today, not really any news, to be honest. Zero news is to talk about. Today, Prey came out. Sequel to Predator, but also a prequel that is just in the same universe. It's its own thing, but has a Predator in it. And yeah, no news. I do have one bit to start this off. So you're gonna watch the bit. I already watched it because I recorded it. And enjoy this bit, and then I'll talk about the movie. So enjoy. Oh no, my squadron's dead. Ugh. They're all gone. We're getting attacked by some sort of predator. This is horrible. Ow, my eye. I must move on. Oh no, it's the predator. Wow, you sure are ugly. What a bit. That was great. So, movie. So, Predator, the original one, 1987, I believe. Fantastic movie. It's a very good movie. I have the Blu-ray for that movie. We're going to go through the franchise quickly. Predator 2. It's alright. It's like Predator, but he's in New York City or San Francisco. I've seen that one once. That one's also alright. That one's not bad. That one's a decent Predator movie. Predators, the third movie, sucks. Everybody that says that movie's good is lying. They're lying, and it's awful, and it's bad. And everyone's like, why do we never get a sequel? We want more of this. No, we don't. It's not good. And there's no way to adapt that movie to like a 2022 setting because it's just... Think of a terrible 2010, that year exactly, action movie, and then try to make a sequel for it in your mind for this year. It doesn't work, because it's a terrible movie. And then 2018 or 19, I don't know, man, 29, 8, fourth movie is The Predator, because it says The at the start, and that movie is just awful. It is easily the worst, by like a long shot, and Predators is bad. The Predator is even worse, because it's not like a cool horror action movie. It's just filled with a bunch of comedians, and it's a comedy. It's got, like, Michael Keegan in it, the guy from, like, the Key and Peele skits, for no reason. I can't remember his name. Or if I even said it right, I'm completely guessing. And it's an unbearable movie to watch. It is horrible. But we're not here to talk about that. This one, I would say, is easily the best. It is... Out of all the Predator, I mean, the first one's a classic. It's a great movie, but this one, it's so much better. Not that the other... I always say that, and I feel like I'm trashing it. I'm not trashing it. The other one's fantastic. This one's just... chef's kiss. So it's set like 300 years ago in a Native American tribe. They're Comanches. And this is cool. When you watch the movie, it's just in English, but there is a Comanche dub, where all the actors came back and re-recorded their lines in Comanche, which is cool. I might watch that, see if it improves the experience. But this movie, I don't know how to explain it. Every Predator movie tries to be bigger and better than the last, because you have to have that for a sequel. No. I mean, most movies, yes. Predator, no. Because at the end of every movie, the Predator dies. Just take a new Predator, put him in a different environment with different people, and make a good story, and that's a good Predator movie. And none of them understood that until this movie, Prey, and it works. It works so well, because it's not like continuing, and they're not like, well, in 1987, Dutch fought a Predator, but they can't show a picture of Arnold's face, and they never do. I'm pretty sure they've referenced that first movie in every movie besides Predators, because it happened on the Predator's homeworld. But, it's just I've got to stop complaining about those movies. This movie is perfect. The Predator shows up and he's like a threat. Most of the movies, so the original Predator, he's like invisible for most of the movie. Like right up until towards the end, you actually get to like see him fight. His invisibility stops working. The second one might be like that, and then like I didn't watch Predators because it was unbearable, but in the Predator, it's so bad. But every movie, I think every Predator sequel doesn't do as good a job as the Predator is a hunter. He only kills people that are armed. He's a hunter. He's only there to hunt and fight equally. He wants to be somewhat equally matched. And he wants to fight things that want to fight him. So it's a big thing, you know? And this movie does it perfectly. It does it so perfectly. It's just, you have to watch it. If you have Hulu, just watch it. It's such a good movie. Like right now, it's my second favorite movie out of the entire year behind The Batman. Because that movie is also really good. But this movie's just, it's so good. And the visual effects are really good. And a lot of it's practical. Like the Predator in the shots where he's not jumping around on the trees and stuff. It's a suit. It's very obviously a suit, and it's, once again, left hand, chef's kiss. It's fantastic, man. Sitting up. I loved it. I loved every second of this movie. And okay, back to the visual effects. A lot of it's practical. I mean, from what I could tell without doing any research, a lot of it looked like they were in a forest or in like a tribe. I'm pretty sure most of it was real besides like the way background. Because a lot of movies now are like, we could go to a house in a forest, but we have green screens and CGI. And this movie was like I have to do some actual like behind the scenes, see if I can find any of that because I'm interested in that. But it was just, it looked real, and that's all that. And it was obviously real because the budget was low. You could tell at moments, you could tell what wasn't real. Not that it bothered me. It's not like it's bad, but it's just when there's so much real stuff, the fake stuff looks fake, you know? Except the Predator. The Predator looks good. Whole movie. I love his mask. And this one, he has his mask off for a little bit, a tiny amount of time. His mask in this one's really cool. It's like bone. The Predator's also primitive. Like usually he has that big shoulder cannon. This one they're like darts. They're like homing darts. I guess every Predator uses different weapons. So maybe he just didn't like the cannon. He just had these darts, and his mask is like, it doesn't cover up his mandibles, and you can see him the whole movie. In this one, one of my favorite things, a majority of the Predators across all the movie, every movie, always look like the exact same. Like the Predator from 1987, their masks are different, but the alien always looks the same face, and it doesn't make sense because it's a race. And in this movie, it looks like a Predator, but it's just a completely different design of a Predator, and I really like that. Like its face is just, ugly. And that's the whole point. You don't want to see the exact same Predator over and over, but with a different mask. This one had a different mask and a different face. And that's it, really. I'm not good at verbal reviews, but there's not much to say. I guess I really did go over everything, really. The main actress lady, I don't know her name, but she was really good. I give her a thumbs up. And her brother. Everyone in the movie was super good. Oh, one thing I did like. So, like, they're speaking Comanche, but it's English just for the movie. But then at one point, like, the white men show up. That's what they call them. And I don't know what language they're speaking, but they're speaking a different language. And they don't translate it. So, like, because, you're supposed to be watching it from the point of view of the lady. So what we're hearing is their language, but it's so cool because it doesn't translate it, and they have a translator, and it's just like you know as much as she does the whole movie, and that's good. I give that thumbs up. Last bit, the kills in this movie are fantastic. Like, just once again, watch two chef's kiss. The kills, they're beautiful. They were so cool. It's just gory, just ripping, stabbing, cutting, kind of shooting. It was nuts. I would give this movie thumbs up. Highly recommend if you have eyes, 2 of them to be exact. And if you haven't watched the original Predator and don't watch any other Predator movies, watch the very first and the newest. And that's all you need to know. Don't watch Alien versus Predator 1 or 2, nothing. Well, actually, watch Predator 2, that one's fine. You could get away with that one. Never watch Predators, please trust me. And never, I mean, you can go behind my back on Predators, don't watch The Predator. Ever. It's awful. I'm saving you, really, so you're welcome. But honestly, I'd give this movie a 10 out of 10. And it's not like, I'm not saying it's the greatest movie of all time, but compared to what we have gotten in this series, yes, it deserves that, you know? I'm ranking it, it's a self-contained ranking within a Predator snow globe. And it's the big Empire State Building, and all the other Predator movies are the just little red squares at the bottom, because nobody cares about them. Except the first one. The first one has a little bit of detail on it. It sounds like I'm trashing that first movie. I'm not. I love that movie. It's just, this one's so good. It's perfect. So, yeah, that's it. Big movie episode. I kind of just talked about this for 10 minutes. I'm looking at the timer. So, that's it. No long. Well, I don't know when the next episode will be. You got lucky. 2 back-to-back. And you got a bit. We got a bit this week, so you're welcome. And that's all. So I'll see you around. Hope you enjoyed the bit. Watch the movie. And that's all I can say. It's only an hour, 47 minutes. And it's really good. So it's like short, and you'll be like, wow, this was a good chunk of my time that I used to watch this movie. So, love you. Sayonara to you, the viewer.